welcome to episode 10 of the AFC Wimbledon Youth Squad Legends series. It's time for the rebuild, the start of the second season. I'm very, very excited. I was asking you guys for relegation forfeits, and the top comment was the ever-wise Jake telling me that the forfeit should be to just play with these players again. Absolutely not. 9 episodes of pure gold, I understand, but it could wear thin at any moment. Maybe slightly losing my mind. And we want a bit of forward progress, so I've picked the second top comment. Flip a coin on each player. If it lands on heads, keep them. If it lands on tails, sell them. A little bit too harsh, I think, but we'll play around with this. I'm going to give myself 5 lifelines, alright? There's 10 players that I'd like to keep in this squad, honestly, and I'll be saving a minimum of 5. If the coin flips are very lucky, then I don't need to use them lifelines, but they're there just in case. Say, for instance, it lands on tails on Dalibor Bekic, a player that I really like, and I don't want to sell it, and I would never sell in a Youth Squad Legends, so why would I do it now? Also, if it lands on heads on a player like Lynn Pendry, it doesn't mean that I'm just going to keep him. No, he's still getting sold. Basically, it just boils down to the players that I kind of want to keep. So quite honestly, we can skip both goalkeepers and go straight to Yoju 1.
You got heads.
Leighton Adams.
It landed on tails.
That's absolutely fine. Here's Zimri Amolo.
It landed on tails.
Dalibor Bekic, please land on heads.
It's tails.
Oh no, oh no. Ruben Cook.
It landed on tails.
Oh, Spencer Hughes, this is going really badly.
It's tails.
Demezio Moscow.
You got tails.
David Tully.
It's tails.
Even Google's fed up of this squad. Dylan Booth.
You got heads.
One of the very few players that I really didn't care about. Valentin Carbiar. Please land on heads.
It's heads. Lovely stuff.
Spantman and Badjo don't really make the grade. Landry Limbo got that injury, didn't he? But he looked promising, so we might as well flip a coin for him.
It landed on tails.
Well, he's out the squad. Sarkis Savan.
You got heads.
Casey.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Shush. Casey Holland.
It landed on heads.
Eden Payton.
It's heads.
Sound, I'm quite happy with that. Callum O'Flannery.
It's heads.
Let's go! Yeah! Kamal Timsina.
It's tails.
You see, that's wrong. Eric Melville.
You got heads.
That's right! Down at the bottom, Francisco Moya's leaving. Meredith Ellis, because he scored the winner against MK Dons, he is immune. The one last player, Richard Baxter.
It landed on heads.
So he can stay if I want him. Well, well, well. So the list in front of me, if I'm correct, is Leighton Adams, Zimri Amolo, Dalibor Bekic, Ruben Cook, Spencer Hughes, Domezio Moscow, David Tully, Landry Limbo, and Kamal Timsina. They all landed on tails, 5 of which are going to get a lifeline. So let's work backwards, because that's probably the easiest. Dalibor Bekic is staying. Kamal Timsina is staying. Zimri Amolo and Ruben Cook are staying, which leaves one more spot for Leighton Adams, Spencer Hughes, Demezio Moscow, David Tully, and Landry Limber. And it has to go to the one that feels the most promising, and that's Spencer Hughes. Demezio Moscow is a shame. Simulation, he looked very good. When I was playing with him, yes, he was a bit rough around the edges, but he just wasn't as bad as certain other players. So there was some promise in that. We're sticking Dylan Booth on the transfer list. Honestly, I don't know why I flipped a coin for him. Getting into the transfer hub, I've already started work on finding strikers. Now, that forfeit that everybody likes says that we really should be skipping a season, but here's why we shouldn't. Boris Stiapovic, he is basically flawless. And if we sign him up now and give him a year to develop, he's going to massacre League 2. And I don't want to be going from a struggling team to a really good team in a blink of an eye. Oh yeah, we'll score way more with Stiapovic, and we might not be in a relegation fight, but it'll still be tricky to get into playoffs automatics. He's not the only striker that I really like the look of. This is Mikel Okonkwo, a Nigerian with 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. It's more important to have the weak foot than the skill moves, in my opinion. Them two alongside each other could just be insane. There's also Jack Bredner from Livingston. But Kirsch, you've got so many strikers. What is the plan? Eric Melville, winger. Just saying. Look at that pace. Look at his crossing. The fact that he's 5'6", it doesn't help out up top. And I've just seen Richard Baxter's work rates, which means that he's gonna go onto the transfer list. Centre mids. Oh man, we need to do some big signings at centre mid. And then reinforcements in defence, 2 new goalkeepers, 1.15 million for Boris Stiapovic. Let's be honest here, lads, that's a no-brainer. It's a lot of money to invest, but we are getting some player. Want to stay for 5 years? Stiapovic. Wage, £1,000. Signing bonus, 9.4 thousand. Appearances, if he hits 10 appearances, £10,000. He is in the club. Boris Stiapovic. Come on. I found some really great names too. I want to share them with you. Bright Chato, Nigerian centre mid. Then from the Netherlands we have Django Swinkles. Jacob Vieira-Nan from Cambridge United. René Renner, an Austrian that apparently is not the first René Renner. There is a René Renner real player. Imagine having parents like that. This big signing has led me to a serious issue that we need to address before season 2. We need to stop players forcing moves because the Francisco Moya transfer was absolutely ridiculous. He was with us for about 3 months. He did complain. I started him and then he asked to leave. Just a complete joke, a joke of a player. So what I've decided to do in the live editor, disable morale. I'd love for it to be working properly because it was a great idea. But at this moment in time, it's just way better getting rid of it. There's going to be loads of situations throughout this series where we'll see players without the correct ethnicity. Because the issues are not as big as what they were in FIFA 19, I can allow these issues to slide. They certainly don't annoy me as much as what they did in the previous game. There's not much height here. All the midfielders that I've pointed out are under 6 foot. Maybe Bright Chato as a wing back? Genuinely, I'm just thinking get as many players in as I possibly can and then sort out positions, first team, afterwards. Because we've never had a rebuild like this. 580 sell-on clause 1%. Let's counter and remove that sell-on clause. Submit the offer for Django Swinkles. Those together is already costing me over £1 million. A lot of players are happy to cut their wages, and Bright Chato is no exception. Transfer budget is now £752,000. Probably try and get Jacob Vieira-Nan. He should be available for dirt cheap. They're saying £300,000. I'm just going with his valuation because you never know. Yeah, they've accepted it at 275. Vieira-Nan is signed a 5-year deal. £700 per week. I guess it's on to René Renner. Current wage is 1,200. I'm gonna just stick 1,000 on the table. I think he will bite. Oh, 900 with added signing bonus. Leaves me with a transfer budget of 268,000, wage budget of 6,000. We're gonna have a transfer budget increase. Also not had a look at the free agents. We've got the pre-season tournament to get through. The free agents are brilliant, to be fair. So good that I think we should limit ourselves even though we're desperate. We're definitely bringing in the goalkeeper, even though he's the lowest overall player shortlisted. He'll be the backup goalkeeper. We'll pay money for a first team goalkeeper. And then there's 2 English players, Adam Nichols and Ryan Twine. I think that'll keep our registration nicely balanced. I know that there's a lot of homegrown players getting sold. For the others, sorry, maybe next year. The 70 overall just wants £1,500 per week. It's daylight robbery. That's another job well done. All 3 free agents in. Probably still enough money left to get Mikel Okonkwo. I'm really squeezing everything out of this transfer budget. Probably now time to move away from July the 1st. Mikel Okonkwo holding up the number 10. Transfer offer for Lynn Pendry coming in from St. Patrick's Athletic. Goodbye! I remember seeing a Norwegian that I liked the look of, but he was like 66 overall, something close to that. Martin over Ørstegård. Quite the valuation though. I think we're nearly there already. My head is screaming at me and saying, for goodness sake, take Mizunuma. But Enzo Bardi is quite an iconic name and he's slightly taller. Something to think about. I'm not going to jump in straight away with the goalkeepers. Looks like Spantman's going to Carlisle. We're out of the pre-season at the group stage. There's only £647,000 in the transfer budget. Leighton Adams off to Bohemian. Denver Baggio, Sligo Rovers. Tranmere Rovers offering £105,000 for David Tully. Our last action before the first game of the season away against Crawley Town, without a goalkeeper at the moment. Bardi will be at least £100,000 less. Yeah, we're going for it. Enzo Bardi is going to be our first team goalkeeper. £350 per week in wage. Wow, he's desperate. I'm taking a slight risk with the centre mids being both central attacking midfielders, but honestly, it looks so good, doesn't it? We genuinely look like a football league side. Crawley Town against AFC Wimbledon. Repay the investment, boys. Durante is looking on. He must be so nervous. A lot of money has been ploughed in. Don't let me down. Bardi with his first catch. We've got a keeper that has saved a shot. Nichols. 3 up there. And step of the goal, man! Boris! Chip! Oh, you see? We could be on to a bit of a winner there. Putting that ball in. Oh, Bekic, Swinkles, take it down. Lovely control, and we move forward again. Nichols, just sweep it there, Stiapovic. Everybody in the box, boys. Melville's there. Eric Melville. Ooh. Stiapovic, hello! Alright, Okonkwo! Save! It's night and day, boys. Oh, it's wide, but Stiapovic, the speed of him. Let's see this crossing. Eric Melville. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's lovely. Eden Payton arriving at the back post. This is much more like it. I think this might be in order because what I've done is a madness. Vuvuzela of Justice. Nathaniel George against Vieira Nan. The ball is in, but Bekic, as always, doing his job. I'm building defensive trust again. It is wonderful. We're going to be competent, and if we somehow sign that Norwegian player, we're going to do very, very well. Oh! 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 Beautiful from Stiapovic. His debut has been an eye-opener. All the attacking intelligence that we didn't see in the first season. He might have a 70 overall alongside him, but Bekic is still the man. Well, that is the perfect performance. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That clean sheet means everything. There is no doubt in my mind that kid is going to be top goal scorer in the league by the end of this season. We got a transfer offer in for Landry Limber that we'll accept. I am chuffed to bits, and I'm sure you can see it in my face. I am just elated. Yeet! +2 to shot power. This has been Cutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. If you've enjoyed it, then please give it a like. If you're not subscribed around here yet, then press the red box down below and the bell icon for mobile notifications. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.